Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Matt, and I'm back with another review. This one's gonna be for Boruto episode 22. So let's get right into it. So this episode was a lot better than last week's, and I have to mention that last week I was a little bit too soft on the rating for the episode. I don't think it deserved an 8 out of 10. Not a lot happened, and it wasn't that enjoyable. I don't know why I gave it an 8 out of 10, but it was probably my inner Naruto that bumped it up like 2 points. But anyway, on to this episode. So in the beginning, I just thought it was kind of funny. Um, this scene where Shin basically just kills his own kid, and then that intro starts playing that do 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 do, because that was like the darkest part of maybe the whole series so far. Then you have all this colorful stuff happening in the intro and the do 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 do. I don't know. I just thought that was kind of funny. So in the scene after the intro, Sarada and them realize they have to go to Orochimaru to find out more information about Shin. And another thing I thought was funny was Sasuke's expression to when Chocho puts the bag of chips in his face. I don't think I've seen Sasuke that surprised since he found out the truth about Itachi. I thought that was kind of funny too. Speaking of Itachi, I don't think Shin really knows that much about him. Talking about all this, the revival of the Akatsuki and carry out the wishes of Itachi Uchiha. Does he not know that Itachi actually hated the Akatsuki and that's not what he stood for? Then again, there's only a handful of people that know the truth about Itachi, so I can't say I blame him. But this doesn't change the fact that he has maybe one of the worst motivations out of any villain in the whole series. In the next scene, we see some familiar faces such as Yamato, Sugetsu, and Jugo. And I have to say it was nice to see Team Taka again, because little known fact about me is the arc that got me into Shippuden was actually the Taka arc. When Shippuden first came out, I actually thought it was fan-made, because I was still watching part 1 on Toonami at the time, not realizing how far ahead Japan was in the episodes. So I was on YouTube and then all of a sudden I see Naruto all grown up and I was like, wow, this is some high quality fan made shit right here. So after I found out Shippuden was official, I watched maybe the first 10 episodes, but I wasn't really as into it as I was with part 1, so I stopped watching it. Then one day I decided, you know what? Let me give it a try again. And the very first episode I watched was actually the episode where Sasuke killed Orochimaru. So I was like, oh shit, I gotta get back into Naruto now. But anyway, they all go into Orochimaru's lab, and Orochimaru basically explains to them that the adult Shin and the kitchens are all just clones of the adult Shin. They're all the same person. So after that, we get the climax and the purpose of this whole arc. And Sarada asks Sugetsu to run a DNA test to find out if Karin's her real mom. And if you read the manga like I did, this wasn't very surprising, obviously. But anyway, Sarada finds out that Karin's her actual mom and it's not Sakura. And I don't speak Japanese, but the voice actress for Sarada this episode was really, really good. Like I said, I don't speak the language, but just hearing the raw emotion from her out, she did a really good job this episode. Something I have to mention is that this series shines its brightest at 2 points. I would say that's at the battle scenes and the emotional scenes. And this emotional scene was really, really good. As usual, Naruto OST is always on point. It definitely added more to the scene. And even though this was a really sad moment for Sarda, I couldn't help but to laugh after she told him that he could understand what was in her heart. And this triggers Naruto's flashback of him sitting on the swing, and I'm sorry, but that's the most overused flashback in the whole series. I'm pretty sure that swing has more screen time than Tenten at this point. But anyways, after we're done with Naruto's flashback, we get Sarada's flashback with Sakura. And in this flashback, Sakura holds out her fingers to Sarada, and Sarada goes like, "Mom, that's pervy." And I thought Sarada was a little young to know about that, but I guess not. But anyway, Um, Sakura does the Uchiha version of I love you and taps Sarda on her forehead and says, I'll tell you next time. I thought that was a really cool scene because I don't think you're officially an Uchiha until you get that little tap on your forehead. But anyway, this whole flashback scene was solid, in my opinion. And then in the final scene, Sasuke's visual prowess comes back, and I'm not sure why it left. I think I missed something, but yeah, he gets them all in his Susanoo flying thing, and they go to Sakura's location. And then the episode pretty much ends there. And I thought the art and animation was pretty good. Doesn't look like it's gonna be as good as next week's episode, which looks like it's gonna be probably the last of this arc. And I don't know if I'm looking forward to that because I think the next episode they're probably gonna start recapping the movie, and I'm definitely not looking forward to that. I definitely like this episode a lot better than last week's. I say it earns a solid 9 out of 10, and I'm gonna stick by that rating this time. And that's gonna do it for this review. So until next time, this has been Matt, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.